Good afternoon. My name is Taylor Milson. I would like to share something with you today that I hold very dear to my heart called autism awareness. And these are the reasons why I support autism awareness. My first reason are one, ASD, also known as autism, are the minds of the future. Just like non-ASD kids are also the leaders and minds of the future. And the second thing is to help people have a better understanding of ASD. By doing this, people will not be afraid of the differences that ASD children or adults have, and they can learn to cope with them themselves. The third and final thing, and the one that I hold most dear to my heart, is my cousin Lakota, who is also diagnosed with ASD. The first reason, minds of the future. As most people assume, the IQ in comparison between an ASD and a non-ASD person is not very different. But there is a difference when the IQ range is higher. As you can see, above the IQ of 190, ASD percentages are 1 in 14 million, and non-ASD are 1 in 1.5 billion. As you can see, the odds are definitely greater to find a genius in an ASD field. For example, Sir Isaac Newton. As most people don't realize, is Sir Isaac Newton actually had characteristics of an ASD person. But he is also a very well-known and established very well-known and established mathematician and philosopher who we come to think about in our everyday lives almost. The second one, and most people may recognize him from a very famous movie called Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd was also diagnosed with ASD as a child. He used this, though, and all of the struggles that he had during his coping with ASD to better him for the future of a very established and role as a comedian and actor that everyone knows and loves today. The second reason is to help people better understand what ASD is and to know to not be afraid of it. It's okay. People with ASD are just like you and me. The only difference is that they might cope with things differently and they might misunderstand different interpretations of things, but they are still people too. One, most people assume that ASD children are very rude, rambunctious, and just straightforward. Which might be a fact, but they aren't being rude. They aren't necessarily aware that they are in the wrong. They just do things a different way as compared to most people. The next thing is they like to be alone and in the privacy of their own minds. This is nothing against you. This just has to do with the way they think, they understand, and sometimes they can't completely cope with everything going on around them, and that's okay. That's why they seem to go off into their own little shell, as notated by the picture down below. But it doesn't mean that they are ignoring you, and it's okay. My third reason, and most important to me, is my cousin Lakota. To know the IQ level of an ASD person, I have put down these examples. 1. He was awarded the Presidential Education Award in 5th and 8th grade. These are very established and distinguished awards awarded to the most intelligently proved peoples. The second thing is that he is in 9th grade and he has already received college credit for ACT and SAT scores from the 7th and 8th grade, while receiving a perfect score on his ACT. He is already attending college classes at his high school. Again, he's in 9th grade. And above all else, he is the most caring person that I have come to know, and am very proud to call family. He will put your needs above his anytime, stranger or not. It makes him special. He also stays to himself mostly, as referred to back to the previous slide. And it's only because in his explanation, "Sometimes I don't understand people and I get frustrated, so I go inside my own mind to cope with what I can." He also stated that his highs might be very high and his lows might be very low, but it doesn't mean that he's any different than you and I. And that's okay. He understands and he's coping with the fact that he does have autism, but it doesn't mean to single him out any more than he might already feel from being different. And in conclusion, these are why I support autism awareness. Thank you.